Hi, third graders. Let's talk about math. Today we're going to be talking about line points, which is unit 12-6 in your book. So it's confusing because we have a split class. Unit 9, it's a different area. That's fourth graders, and then third graders, we're all focusing on units 12 and up. I will do a better job of differentiating these videos just so you don't get too confused. Third graders, if you want to do that fourth grade stuff, you're more than welcome to do that. It is hitting your standards as well. However, the stuff that you're going to be graded on is going to be all the stuff from Unit 12 forward in our math book. And I will make sure that I differentiate between the two. So today we're going to talk about line points. And I'm going to summarize this thing. So we see here we have a chart and we have a girl who's measuring the feet of all of her friends. And she's doing it in inches. So pretty much we're getting a ruler. Do you see that ruler? And do you see how each of these colored parts here, I'll zoom in there. Do you see how each of those colored parts, I'm breaking that 1 inch into 4 different parts because that's what we're gonna focus on. Do you see that green line? Well, green line is the 1/4, and if you count the green line and the orange line, that is 1/4 and another 4th, or that would be, well, give you 10 seconds to figure that out. The green and the orange would represent what? Well, if you said 2/4, you would be correct. What if I said adding the green, the orange, and the purple? How many fourths is that? Well, I count 1, whoops, my fingers are really big, 2, and 3. So that would be 3/4. How about the green, orange, purple, and the red, which doesn't look really, it kind of looks like a pink. That would be what? Well, there's 2 different ways we can say that. That's 1/4, 2/4, 3/4, and 4/4. I have a really big finger. Or we can also say that's just 1 inch, okay? So why am I talking about how we're measuring things in inches? Well, we're gonna need that because we're gonna create a line plot. In order for us to create a line plot, we need to find something called a range. Do you know what a range is? I'll give you 10 seconds. Tell me, what is a range? And just say it out loud. What is a range? Oh. Well, I have some people who said they don't know, and I have some people who do get it. Well, what we're going to do is we're going to take the smallest number and the largest number. That's all a range is. You're getting the smallest value and the largest value. So of all these feet, these are all the feet that this girl has measured. The feet that has the smallest is what? Well, let's look at the... By the way, these are all in inches. So, yeah. So looking at the chart, the smallest would be someone right here in our range. And the smallest value is what? If you said 8, you would be correct. So our range goes from 8. And then I'm going to use these little quotation marks. It's a shorthand for saying inches, right? So I don't have to write inches. All right. So, and what's our largest value? Ooh, we got a few. We got 9.5. We got 9 1/4. Well, remember, a half is going to be halfway between this mark and our next inch, correct? So our half mark is going to be the green and the orange, right? Because those two are about halfway full of that inch, right? But 1/4 would only be that green spot. So I'm going to ask you, what's bigger? 1/4, which is just that green arrow, or just that green area, or is it 1/2, which would be the green area and the orange area? And that's half of an inch. If you said 1/2 is bigger, then you'd be correct. 1/2 is our bigger value. So I'm gonna go, it's from 8.5 to 9.5 inches, okay? By the way, when we're going halfway through, which is that green and that orange, another way of saying 1/2 is also saying how many of these fourths are there? If you said 2, you'd be correct. So I'm just going to convert everything into fourths because it'll be easier for me to plot out. So here where it says 9.5, well, instead of writing 9.5, let's change that so it's into fourths so it's easier for us to plot. So that would be, 9.5 would be what? If you said 9 2/4, you'd be correct. So So I'm just gonna, alter that a little bit because it'll make it easier for me to plot. Do I have anything else where the bottom number are denominators? Do I have any other denominators that are not 4? No, we're set. Okay, so do you see these long lines? These are gonna represent our whole numbers. So our smallest whole number is 8. And I'm gonna write it in red pen. Okay, and then our largest whole number is not 9.5. Our largest whole number is what? 9. Okay. How are we doing so far? Thumbs up if you understand. Thumbs down if you don't understand. All right, I'll go over it in a bit, right? We're gonna chart each of these, right? So we got 8. That's gonna be easy. So where am I gonna put this 8? Yeah, right here. So I'm just gonna put a little red mark here. I'm gonna write 8. And this is what we call a line plot, right? And it helps us figure out where each of these values are at. Okay? So we got 8 and 2/4. Remember each of these represents 1/4. So that's 1/4. So I'm gonna write here 8 and 1/4 there. We have 8 and 2/4. Now that's 8 and 1/4. That's 8 and 2/4. That would be what? You said 8 and 3/4. You'd be correct. So I'm going to plot point B where? 8 and 2/4. C is going to be 9 and 2/4. So we're going to do the same thing here that we did here. Since there's broken up into fourths, this is going to be 9 and what? Yeah, 1/4. Right? And then I'm going to pause the video and I'm going to see if you can finish doing our number line from 9 to our next whole number, which I don't know what that is. I'll let you figure that out, right? And then we'll catch up on the next video.